introduce Laurie, manifestation of the Divine Mother. Her holy presence has been coming to this meditation group for a few months, and what an honor, what a blessing it has been to share with her, and I am so grateful for your offerings and your sharing with us.
Yes. Oops, am I on? Oh,
Yes.
There we are. Thank you, Dennis. So happy almost Thanksgiving to all of you. I am so grateful to each and every one of you for your light and your presence here tonight, and those on the broadcast. And yes, I can feel you too. And thank you, Dennis, for sharing your gifts in the beginning of this as I ask you to, because my intention with this, as I've told you, is awakening more people to the great gift that you offer every Tuesday night of your literally bringing the divine presence, the God-Goddess aspect into this room. So thank you so much, and I hope that people on the broadcast will tune into the broadcast every week to get more. So thank you very much. So since a lot of you don't know me, I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes explaining my background and how I got here. And I've already heard those stories, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing them. Okay, if you want to know more, you can ask me more later, okay? So in 1987, I had a near-death experience. And those of you who have been blessed to have those know that on the other side, and you've all heard this, exists unconditional love like we can't even fathom in bodies. It's thousands of times more than we could ever conceive of. And when I was on the other side, my first thought was to send some of it to my children. And as soon as I thought that, I heard this voice. And it said, they're all your children. They're all your children. And your job is to go back and to remind them of who they are. As soon as I was told that, I'm coming back down the tunnel of light going, no, ka-chung! I'm back. Okay. So I knew what remind them of who they are meant. I'd already been teaching for maybe 14, 15 years at that point that we are our divine essence. I would say we are God and Goddess these days, but back then it was divine essence. But they're all your children? I had no idea. You know, imagine getting that message. You know, I went, okay, I guess I'll be notified when I get the next piece of that, because I don't know what that means. So I continued to teach and, you know, traveled all over the world, and it was a great blessing. And then in 2003, I was teaching in Boston, Massachusetts. I was teaching a course called Over the Bridge and Into the Rainbow, the Oneness Seminar. And it was the fourth in a series of seminars that I'm very blessed. Some of my students have been with me for 45 years. They just take whatever I'm teaching next, you know, whatever my new thing is, they're, you know, on board with it. So most of them were very advanced, and this was the last seminar in this series. And I'm about to initiate them to the breath of Io, and Io is an ancient Hawaiian term for God that is so sacred that only the highest kahuna, which are the priests and priestesses, could even utter it. So I'd been doing initiations for 20 years or something by then. And always, when I did them, I asked for the highest level of, in this case, the breath of Io, to come down through me that I could easily accommodate for the purpose of initiating my students the highest level of breath of Io that they could easily accommodate. 20 years, nice, neat little column. This time it came down and went, and I was literally one with everything. I was one with the student I was standing behind. I had my hands on his shoulders. He got fried, but, he had a good time. I was one with the other 60 students in the room. I was one with the room. I was one with the building. I was one with Boston. The Dalai Lama was in town. I was one with the Dalai Lama. I was one with everything, including the divine. And I knew, it's not a thought, just this this knowingness that this is what I'd been searching for lifetimes, that I'd gotten it. It was there. And I was in sheer bliss. And so what that is called is a oneness non-duality experience, also called self-realization, also called samadhi. And there are 5 characteristics. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm going to take you to the highest level of oneness non-duality that you can experience tonight. Okay, so I'm giving you a little hint about what's to come. Okay, so there's 5 characteristics that every single person who is blessed to have that goes through. And it doesn't matter what your age is, what your country is, what your religion is, what your beliefs are, what your social economic background is, nothing matters. Everyone that has this experiences these 5 things. Number 1, you lose all sensation of your body. Number 2, your thoughts stopped. I'm a double Gemini. That got my attention really fast. Number 3, you have no concept of time. Time is just irrelevant. Number 4, you're one with everything, including the divine, whatever you call that. And number 5, absolutely no motivation to do anything different but be in that state. And so you're expecting us to stay for the next few days, right, Dennis? Gonna be okay with you? All right, brought your sleeping bags, everybody? You won't need them. All right, you have no body. All right, so that is what happened to me. I was in that state for 10 days. I somehow flew back from Boston back to Oahu in Hawaii, where I was living at the time. I have no idea. I have no memory how I got there. It was just like somebody was moving this body along. It wasn't me. Once you've had that experience, it's like Ramaha Maharishi said, once the wave realizes it's the ocean, it can't ever go back to seeing itself as a separate wave again. It knows that it's all one. Right? So life-changing for me. Then life continued on, not quite as I knew it. And now for something entirely different, where it was just sort of a walking bliss all the time. And then in about 2008, so that was 2003, 2008, I started getting this sense of the Divine Mother. And what was really interesting about that is from the oneness non-duality time, going into that, I had no concept of anything outside of myself. Before that, I saw my guides, I saw, ascended masters, I saw angels and, Hawaiian gods and goddesses. I was living in Hawaii. I had great fun with all of them. Okay, but after that, it was just, I was one with them, so they weren't separate, so I didn't have any experience of them. Then I was up at, I moved to Maui. I was living in close to sacred lands there, and went to this Heiau, which is a Hawaiian temple called Kukuipuka. Enlightenment Center is what that means in Hawaiian. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, right, that this happened to me there. And suddenly, I see the Divine Mother outside of me. I was shocked because nothing had appeared separate from me. I'm thinking, what is going on? And she's talking to me, and we're having this dialogue. And shortly around that time, I was doing a seminar in Ojai, and we had this extra day afterwards that I decided we should go to the lake shrine, Yogananda's lake shrine. Beautiful place. And they have a windmill that is turned into a little chapel there. It's very sweet. So I'm meditating in the windmill chapel, and I hear Yogananda. So now this is the second time I'm experiencing something separate from me. And Yogananda's talking to me. And he says, they've forgotten about the Divine Mother. That when you get done with your meditation, in front of the altar you will see beautiful pictures, all of men. And of course, his highest authority, so to speak, was the Divine Mother, or the Cosmic Mother. And he said, and your job is to bring that back. Okay. okay. So he says, so when we're done, you need to go to the gift shop and they have an image of the Divine Mother. All right. Okay. So we get done with this powerful, experience. We go to the gift shop and I say, you have an image of the Divine Mother? And they said, no. I'll wait. And finally they come back and they go, oh, well, in this little pocketbook, we have this tiny little picture in there. It's about a, half-inch square. Yeah, I don't think that's it. You have like a sculpture, a painting, kind of a big, honoring thing. No. I'll wait. Now, who are you going to believe? The shop clerk or Yogananda? I mean, really, right? I mean, really. I'm waiting. Finally, they come out, oh, well, we have this great big head of the Divine Mother. Yes, I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you. So I go home on the plane with this big head of the Divine Mother. Put it on my altar. And my altar at the time was right across from my bed. I meditated. I've been meditating morning and night for, now 47 years, but by that time, I don't know how many. So I'm meditating, and suddenly the energy is so powerful that I feel almost like when you take off in a plane, and gravity is making you kind of push back. It's so powerful. I'm getting pushed back into the pillows that I'm leaning up against. What is going on? So I open my eyes because there must be somebody in the room doing this, right? I mean, And this head comes to life. And she starts talking to me. She's blinking her eyes, she's moving her mouth. And I think, lost my mind, but hey, what a way to go, right? I mean, Okay. And she says, she starts calling me Uri. Okay, that's fine. Who's going to argue with the Divine Mother? She can call you anything she wants, right? And she says, well, you've always been Uri. Pretty sure it's been Laurie, but, whatever you want to call me, but pretty sure it's been Laurie. And then she spells it for me, Laurie. So it's the middle part of Laurie and means you are I, you are me, we are one, which is actually what I've been teaching for, 45 years now. Now I'm retired. That's why I'm talking tonight. Anyway, she merges, she says, oh, so you can make vibhuti. And you know what vibhuti is? Vibhuti is sacred ash that the masters make, in India. It comes out of their fingers and stuff like that. And I said, well, I'm really honored, thank you so much, but my whole message is that we are one. So why would I want to make vibhuti? I said, if you want to make all my students be able to make vibhuti, that would work for me. Can we do that? I guess not. Because, I'm just saying, well, it sort of defeats the purpose if it's like something special I'm doing, And she laughs. And I get blasted with so much energy, I go unconscious. I hope that was her intention. Otherwise, I should be really embarrassed, right? And I wake up in the morning, and I don't hear her anymore because she is me. I am her. And I go over to open the curtains, and there's all this dust all over my altar. I can't figure out what the heck's going on. I just dusted that a couple days ago. It's like really thick. It's over all of the little statues there. Oh, no, it's vibhuti, okay? So every morning, there's vibhuti all over my altar. We have to sweep it up and put in little canisters and stuff. And then one day, somebody said, well, you have to eat it. Why would I eat it? I don't know. So we decided, well, we might as well taste it, Christy and I. We might as well taste it. We lick our fingers. We didn't want to, they said, we didn't know how much we're supposed to take, it's not like there's a prescription, that goes along with it, right? We lick our fingers, and we do this on the silk cloth that's on the altar, and we just do this. We have no idea what happened for the next 8 hours. We somehow in there drove and ate dinner at a restaurant. So my students arrived, and they thought I was stoned or something. I don't know. And then we went to a play, a musical, Chicago, and we have no idea what it was. We got to go back and see it again because we had no memory of it whatsoever. So So as I'm telling the story, one of my students said, "That's so you know it isn't dust." Yes, it isn't dust that appears every morning on the altar. Okay. All right, so when I became, she literally embodied me. So she stopped being outside of me. I stopped being able to hear her. I just was her. And when I was in that incredible state of being that essence, I brought through this whole information that's put in a book. I'm not going to go over this because much. I'm just going to mention a couple things because it's relevant to what we're going to do tonight. But I only have one, which isn't for sale because I gave all the rest away before I left Maui. Transform Your Life Now, the spiritual key to excelling on all levels. And the gist of it, which is all what was brought through as the Divine Mother, is that we go through our lifetimes in the order of our chakra system. So chakras are energy spheres or wheels in the body. It's a Sanskrit word that literally means wheel. And so first we have our survival lifetimes, which are root chakra. Then we have our emotional sexual lifetimes, which is right below our belly button. Then we have our will and willpower lifetimes, our solar plexus. Then we have our fourth chakra lifetimes, our love and affinity lifetimes. Then we have our fifth chakra lifetimes, our communication with ourself, others, and the divine. Then we have our sixth chakra lifetimes, our psychic perception, creativity, healing ability lifetimes. And then we have our seventh chakra lifetimes. So all of you in this room are at least on your fifth, sixth, or seventh chakra lifetime. If you want more information on that, you can get the book. Okay. But the important thing to know about all of that is that each chakra has 7 layers to it. And those 7 layers are aspects of each chakra. And in what we're going to do tonight relates to that. And in order to master each chakra lifetime, we have to master it in all those different aspects. I'm going to run through it really quickly just because we're using this. And again, if you want more, it's available on Amazon. So let's take your first chakra. It's your root chakra. It's your survival center. Okay? So in order to master your survival lifetimes, which takes people a minimum of 7 lifetimes, because you usually can only go through 1 layer per lifetime, and many people get stuck somewhere along the line. So you have to master your survival on the numbers the layers are going from the outside in. So the first layer is the most outer ring. Think of them as concentric circles or concentric spheres. You have to master the survival aspect of survival. Then you have to master the emotional and sexual aspect of survival. So procreation, okay? Third layer would be the will and willpower aspect of survival, so the will to live. Fourth layer is the love and affinity aspect of survival, so loving your life. Fifth layer is the communication aspect of survival, so talking yourself out of a dangerous situation, perhaps. Sixth layer is the psychic perception, healing, creativity aspect of your survival. So that would be like psychically knowing you should get out of that place because it's dangerous. And then the 7th layer, which is the center, is the spiritual aspect of your survival, which would be the living for your spirituality or dying for your religion. Okay, you guys sort of understand that? All right. Well, what we're going to be doing tonight, the reason why I'm spending that time sharing that with you, is that we're going to be activating the 4th layer of each one of your chakras, main chakras in your body. The 4th layer is the love and affinity aspect of your survival, your emotional and sexual, your will and your willpower, your love and affinity, your communication, your psychic perception of things, creativity and healing ability, and your spiritual aspect. We're going to be activating that ring or sphere within there, and we're going to be connecting them all the way down to the center of the earth and all the way out to the highest level of the divine. And then we're going to be wrapping it all the way around the planet and moving our awareness out. And you're going to see how that ultimately gives you the opportunity to be one with everything, including the divine, from a heart level. We're literally awakening your heart oneness, and we'll give you the opportunity to go into the highest level of oneness non-duality that you're ready to go into. Okay? All right, and I'm going to be talking you through it. I'm also going to be talking you through a grounding exercise to start with, because we're going into such high levels. I really don't want everybody just spending the next 3 days or 10 days at Dennis's temple here, as much as he would love that. So I'm making sure we're anchoring this in your bodies, so everybody can, get out the door sometime this evening. Okay? Now, before we do all of that, I'm going to teach you how important your intention is with all this. I want everybody to stand up. And I'm sorry if I'm messing up your camera, but I'm having everybody stand up. And people who are on the broadcast, everybody stand up on the broadcast too. I want you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Okay. I want right-handed people to raise your right hand. And I want you to point it right out in front of you. Hang on, left-handed people, with me for just a minute. Okay, right-handed people, do not move your feet. Pretend that they're glued to the floor right now. Do not move your feet, and do not move your feet. What are you not supposed to do? Do not move your feet. Right-handed people are going to turn to the right. Which direction is that? The right. This is your right. You're going to turn as far as you can, easily, effortlessly, without moving your feet. Okay, right-handed people, around the head of the person next to you, do not move those feet. Find the spot on the wall where your finger points to. Memorize that spot. Everybody got that spot? And turn back around. Put your hand down. Left-handed people, anybody here? Okay, are you right-handed or you're ambidextrous?
Okay.
Nope, right-handed people, stay still. Left-handed people, point your finger out in front. Left-handed people are going to turn to the left. Which way is your left? This way is your left. Do not move your feet. Turn as far as you can, easily, effortlessly. Don't hit the person in front of you or to the side of you. I don't have time to stop and heal them. All right, find the spot on the wall where your finger points to. Everybody got that?
Got it.
All right, back to center. Everybody put your arms down. Close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Again. Good. Now this time we're going to do the lefties and the righties at the same time. I want the right-handed people to imagine yourself. You're not doing this in real life. You're imagining yourself putting your arm out and pointing your finger. Left-handed people, you're imagining yourself putting your arm out and pointing your finger. Right-handed people, you're going to imagine yourself turning to the right. Left-handed people are going to imagine turning to the left. Only this time you're going to imagine yourself going much, much, much further, at least quarter to a half again further than you went the first time. Seeing that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time. Feeling that you went a quarter to half again further than when you went the first time. Hearing that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time. And knowing that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time. Finding that spot on the wall way beyond where you were before. Okay, seeing it, hearing, feeling, knowing it, a quarter to half again further than you went the first time. Imagine yourself turning back around to center and putting your arms down. Good. And open your eyes. Okay, so let's try to do lefties and righties at the same time. So arms out, right hand, point your finger, left hand, point your arm. Okay, and you're going to turn as far as you can. Do not move your feet. Nobody move your feet. Right. Everybody stuck? All right, good. Now, you're going to turn as far as you can this time, easily, effortlessly, seeing how far you go now. Whoa, what happened? How many people went much, much, much further? Quarter to half again further than went the first time. All right. So I want to point out a couple things to you. You can move your feet now. All right, so just stay standing for a moment. Okay, I did not come around and energetically push your arms, right? I didn't even physically push your arms. We did not do jumping jacks or calisthenics to loosen you up. We didn't do yoga and turn into a pretzel, okay? All you did is what? What did you do? You visualized. You imagined yourself going much, much, much further than you did the first time. Okay, this is not metaphysics. This is science. So they have known since the 80s that whatever you intend to happen, you're going to influence the outcome to that. That's why they do double-blind studies, right? Is because if you know what you were looking for, then you're going to manifest that. That's why manifesting works, people, okay? All right, scientific fact, all right? So if you go around saying to yourself, I'm always tired. I'm always sick. I never have enough energy. I don't have any money. I hate my job. My boss is going to fire me. And then in real life, if you're always tired, you're always sick, you never have enough money, your boss hates you, you hate your job, and you're going to be fired. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. You're getting exactly what it is that you're putting out there. If you want a different life, you need to put a different message, a different program into the computer. Where's our computer? In our brain. Our brain is our computer, right? Yes. We create exactly what it is that we are telling the universe and ourselves that we are creating. Okay, we can all sit down now. So what if you went around and you said, I always have abundant energy. I'm always healthy. I have all the money I need and want. My boss loves me and is going to give me a raise. Okay? I mean,
can you loan me some of that money?
You got to manifest it yourself. All right. So we're about to do the meditation, but it's really important that you remember what I just said, because you can go into this meditation and you can think, oh, I can't go into a level of oneness non-duality. I'm a young soul. I haven't been here for thousands of lifetimes, or whatever your excuse is. Or I don't want to spend the 10 days in Dennis's house. You know, I mean, whatever your excuse is, you know, that you can create, you know, not doing it. That's a choice. That's a choice. I promise you, I will get you back. I promise you, I will get you back. Okay? All right. Or you can decide to surrender, to go into the highest level of oneness, non-duality that you can easily accommodate, to awaken that in yourself. How about we do that instead? What do you think? Okay? You ready? All right. Feet flat on the floor. I'm going to have you start with your hands, palms down on your thighs. Take a couple deep breaths and center yourself in your body. Bring your attention to your first chakra, which is around the base of your spine. This is your survival center. And from there, I want you to create or to imagine 4 grounding cords, which are about the size of flashlight beams, traditional flashlight beams. 2 of them go through, down to the base of your hips, out through your thighs, right angles at your knees, down through your calves, through your ankles, through your feet to the floor. You can see them, hear them, feel them, or just know that it's happening. Bring your attention back up to the base of your spine, and I want you to create 2 more grounding cords, again, the size of traditional flashlight beams, that drop straight down through your buttocks, through your chair to the floor. Now they look sort of like legs on a chair. All 4 of them are going to go through the floor, through the foundation of the building, the crust of the earth, the mantle of the earth, all the way down to the center of the planet, where I want you to find a way to anchor them. Mine have the roots of an old oak tree on them. Other people use anchors or weights or the latch on a dog's leash. This is your energy. It's just like silly putty. You can do whatever you want to with it. So just find a way to make them stay down there. Now all around down there is earth energy, which I perceive as molten gold. But you may see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, know it to be a different color. So the earth energy is going to come up around the grounding cords. It can spiral up around them like the stripe on a barbershop pole or a candy cane, or it can coat the surface of them like icing on a cake, or it can rise up around them like a water table. It's going to come up back up around all 4, back up through the mantle, through the crust, through the foundation, through the floor. When it gets up to your feet, it's going to fill your feet and toes completely. You may feel a tingliness as happens, a warming or a color change. You might just know. Fills your ankles, your calves, your knees, and your thighs, all the way up to that first chakra around the base of your spine. Meanwhile, it's going to come up around the other 2. Up through the chair, through your buttocks to your first chakra. It's going to completely fill your first chakra from the center out. So starting in the center, which is the 7th layer, it's going to spread out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out to the edges of your chakra and the edges of your skin. That earth energy is going to come up into the core of your second chakra, which is a little bit below the belly button. It's going to stream into the center of it, again the seventh layer, and it's going to spread out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out the edges of your skin and edges of the chakra. Comes up to your waist and up to your third, which is your will and willpower, into the core, and it's going to spread out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out to the edges of your skin and your chakra. And up into your fourth, which is at your heart chakra in the center of your chest. It's going to fill the bottom half as well as the top half. The bottom half is your love and affinity for yourself. The top half is your love and affinity for others. Most people in the West, heart chakras look like Valentine's heart with this bulging over love for everybody else and this tiny little wedge for themselves. Okay, we're going to fill up the whole thing, make it a huge sphere. So right into the core of it, and we're going to spread it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way out the edges of your chest and your upper back. All the way up to your shoulders now, filling them and relaxing them. It's going to fill your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, in your hands and out each finger. Thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, baby fingers. Follow your arms back up. Experience that earth energy coming up into your fifth chakra, your communication center with yourself, others, and divine, right into the center. And it's going to spread out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way out the edges of your neck and the chakra. It's going to come up and fill the base of your head, your jaw, your chin, your mouth, everything in your mouth, your gums, your tongue, your teeth, your palate. It's going to fill your lips and your nose and your sinuses. It's going to go into your sixth chakra, which is either your third eye in between your eyebrows or in the very center of your head. It's your pineal gland. You never need a chakra transplant. Your sixth chakra is exactly where it's supposed to be. So wherever you perceive it, we're going to flood that earth energy in there in the very core. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's filling your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, your higher brain, all the way up to the top of your head where that baby soft spot is. We're flooding the earth energy into the core of the seventh chakra, your spiritual center. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out to the edges of your chakra. Now turn your hands palms up. And we're going to ask for the highest level of cosmic energy to come gently down in through the top of your head. I perceive cosmic energy as silver, but you may see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, know it to be different. If it was a temperature, it would be cooler in the earth. If it was a tone or vibration, it would be higher. So we're asking for the highest level we can easily accommodate to come right down into the core of your seventh chakra, and it's going to spread out and mix with the earth as it does. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down into the core of the sixth, which remember is your psychic center, your perception, your creativity, your healing center, and spreading out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, filling your entire head. And now down into the core of the fifth. That's your neck. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out to the edges of your neck. Down to your shoulders, filling them and relaxing them more. Your arms are not earrings. Drop those shoulders. Filling your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, into your hands, and out to each finger. Thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, baby fingers. Follow your arms back up and experience that cosmic energy coming down to your heart center. This is where your own special blend of earth and cosmic energy is created, so mix it really well. And we're going to spread it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down into your third, your solar plexus, your will and your willpower. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out the edges of your stomach and the middle back. Down to your belly button and down into the core of the second. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, filling your abdominal area and your small of your back. And down into your first and your survival center. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, filling your entire buttocks and your pelvic region. There it's going to enter your grounding cords. Your grounding cords now are going to become like discharge valves, and they're going to discharge any excess cosmic energy down through them. So any cosmic energy that's excessive that you don't need is going to go down through the two that go through your legs to the floor and through the two that drop directly from the base of your spine to the floor. It's going to discharge down all 4 of them, through the floor, through the foundation, through the crust, through the mantle, all the way down the center of the planet, where that excess cosmic energy is released. Bring your attention back up to your body and take a moment and feel your connection to the earth and to the universe. Good. Now, as we progress, remember, you can see it, hear it, feel it, know it. All of those ways are right. You all have a natural way in which you experience your extrasensory perception, and you're going to use whatever way that is to experience what we're doing now. I want you to bring your awareness to your 4th chakra. That's your heart center. And I want you to find the 4th layer. That's the middle layer of those concentric rings. This is the heart aspect of your heart center. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, it's going to be activated. It's going to light up, or you're going to feel a warmth, or you're going to feel a tingling, or you're just going to know. 1, on the count of 3, we're lighting up that 4th layer of your 4th chakra. 2, it's going to be awakened. And 3, see it, hear it, feel it, know it. Good. Now we're going to make a column of that heart energy that's going to go down and to connect with the 4th layer of your 3rd chakra, which is your solar plexus. So we're making a little column of this going down, sort of looks like a donut as it does this. And on the count of 3, it's going to connect with and activate the 4th layer of your 3rd chakra in your solar plexus. And again, you're going to see it light up, you're going to feel it, you're going to feel chills or tingles, or you're just going to know. 1, on the count of 3, we're going to activate the 4th layer of the 3rd chakra. 2, you're going to see it, feel it, hear it, know it. And 3, it activates. Good. Now we're going to bring that heart column down to the connect with and activate the 4th layer of the 2nd chakra. This is a couple inches below your belly button. So again, on the count of 3, it's going to be activated. 1, on the count of 3, we're going to activate the 4th layer of the 2nd chakra. 2, you're going to see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, it awakens. And now we're going to send it down to connect with the 4th layer of the 1st chakra, your root chakra at the base of your spine. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to be awakened. 2, you're going to see it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, it lights up. Good. Now we're going to send that column of heart energy all the way down. It's going down, so through the middle of your grounding cords, down through the floor, through the foundation, through the crust, through the mantle. On the count of 3, it's going to connect very deeply with the earth spirit. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to feel this deep vibration. 2, it's going to connect deeply with the earth spirit. And 3, boom, you feel that deep connection and resonance with the earth spirit. Follow that column of heart energy back up from the mantle, through the crust, through the mantle, through the foundation, through the floor, up through your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now from your 4th chakra at your heart, we're going to move it upward. On the count of 3, it's going to go up and activate the 4th layer of your 5th chakra at your throat. Ready? Here we go. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to be awakened. 2, you're going to see it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, it connects with the 4th layer of the 5th chakra at your throat. Now we're going to move that column on up to connect with the 4th layer of your 6th chakra in the center of your head, or your 3rd eye. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to activate and awaken that 4th layer of your 6th chakra. 2, you're going to see it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, it connects with the 4th layer of the 6th. Now we're going to send it up to connect with the 4th layer of the 7th, which is on the top of the head where the baby soft spot is. 1, on the count of 3, we're going to activate the 4th layer of the 7th chakra. 2, you can see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, connects with and awakens the 4th layer of the crown chakra. Now we're going to send it all the way out. On the count of 3, it's going to go to the highest level of the divine, highest level of God, Goddess that it can possibly connect with, all the way out there in the universe. 1, on the count of 3, we're going to send it all the way out to connect with the highest level of divine that it can connect with. 2, it's just going to shoot out into the cosmos. And 3, so you are like a lightning rod of heart energy that goes from the divine, the highest levels of the divine, all the way through all of these aspects of you and connects with the earth spirit. Now, we're going to use our breath to begin to widen this column. It's still going to stay centered inside of you, but we're going to widen it. So in a moment, I'm going to have you take a deep breath. When you breathe out, I want you to spread that column out so it widens and touches the person on either side of you. 1, we're just going to use our breath to expand it out. Still stay centered in yourself. Remember, enlightenment is being self-centered. We're staying centered in yourself. 2, we're going to expand this heart column. And 3, breathing in and widen as you breathe it out. Next breath, we're going to widen it to fill this room. Breathing in. Remember, it's spreading out up at the divine and down in the center of the earth, and breathing out. Filling this room. Another breath. I'm going to fill this whole town, whatever town you're in, people on the broadcast. Widen it, still staying centered in you. Another breath. We're going to fill your whole state or your province, wherever you are. Another breath. We're going to fill your whole country, whatever you're in. Good. Remember, it's still staying connected within you. Another breath. We're going to send it all the way up to the North Pole and down to the South Pole. Here we go. Big breath. Next breath, we're going to send it all the way around the planet. Here we go. And breathe normally. See, hear, feel, and know your love going from the center of you, center of each one of your chakras, that 4th layer of all of your chakras, all the way around the earth. Now I want you to send it to all of the vegetation on this planet. We're going to take a breath and we're going to send it to all the vegetation on this planet. And now all the water on this planet we're going to fill with it. The seas, the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the waterfalls. And now all the insects. Send a little extra to the bees that keep us alive. And now all the reptiles and amphibians. Be one with all of them as we're doing this. And now all the birds. Now all the mammals, including the rodents. Breathe normally for a moment. Experience your oneness with all of those life forms on this planet. The next breath, we're going to send it to all of the people on the planet, all the way around the world, every single one of them, especially giving them the opportunity to awaken their heart centers. Here we go. Let's do that again. Now let's send some to all the world leaders, reminding them that we're all one. And what is good for one of us is good for all of us, like universal peace. Here we go. And again. Good. On the next breath, we're going to send it all the way out to the sun. Here we go. Remember, it's staying centered in you, and now all the way out to the edge of our solar system, all the way to Pluto. Big breath, we're going to send it all the way out through our galaxy. Big breath now. Breathe normally for a moment. On the next breath, we're going to send it all the way out through the universe. Here we go. Big breath. And again. And again. One more time. Good. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 now. On the count of 3, you will be one with the universe. 1, you already are anyway. 2, all you're doing is awakening it and making it conscious. And 3, on the count of 3, I want you to go into really surrender. Let yourself awaken to the highest level of oneness, non-duality that you can easily accommodate right now. When we do this, you will be one with everything, including the divine. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to surrender. 2, you're going to allow yourself to awaken to the highest level of oneness, non-duality that you can easily accommodate right now. And 3, notice there are no thoughts. Notice there's no sense of your body. It's far, far away. Notice there's no time. Notice the joy and bliss of awakening to the truth that you are in fact one with the divine. You are in fact the divine. You are God and Goddess. You always have been. You always will be. Feel the sense of coming home to the truth of who you really are. You are that divine. You are one with all. You are awakening your heart oneness with everything. I'm going to give you a few minutes to truly experience this, allowing yourself to sink deeper and deeper into it, to awaken more and more to your highest level of oneness, non-duality. All right. Now, instead of just coming back the way that we went, we're going to use the camera lens technique. Right now, it's as if the aperture was all the way open and you are the field of vision. Now we're going to begin to turn it, and you're still going to stay one with everything, but your focus is going to start coming back. Coming back from being, you're still one with the universe, but now your focus is going to be on the count of 3, one with the galaxy. 1 on the count of 3, your focus is just going to be in the galaxy. 2, turning that camera lens, and 3. Now we're going to turn the camera lens some more. You're still one with the universe. On the count of 3, you're going to come back to the edge of our solar system. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to be back to our solar system, turning the aperture on the camera lens. 2, you're still one with the universe and the divine. And 3, your focus is back in the solar system. We're going to count from 1 to 3 again, and you're going to be back to this planet Earth. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to be having your focus back on Earth. 2, you're still the universe, you're still one with the divine, you still are the divine. And 3, back to the Earth. Counting from 1 to 3 again. This time you're going to be back on this side of the Earth, whatever side you're on. 1, 2, 3, focusing on this side of the Earth. Counting from 1 to 3 again, we're going to be now in your country. 1, closing that camera lens. 2, you're still the universe. And 3, back to your country. Turning the camera lens some more, you're still the universe. And we're going to be back to being in your state or province. 1, allowing your focus to be back. 2, just focusing in on your state or province. And 3, back to your state or province. Turning the camera lens some more. On the count of 3, you're going to be back into your city or town. 1, you're still the universe. 2, you're still one with the divine. 3, your focus is back in your city or town. We're going to count from 1 to 3 again. On the count of 3, you're going to be back in whatever building or dwelling you're in. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to be back in your building. 2, you're still the divine, you're still the universe. And 3, be centered back in the dwelling. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you're going to be back in your body. 1, on the count of 3, your focus is going to be back in your body. 2, we're just adjusting the camera lens. You're still the universe. You're still one with the divine. And 3, back in your body. I want you to check your grounding cords. Make sure your grounding cords are still down in the center of the earth. All 4 of them, all the way down, through the floor, through the foundation, through the crust, through the mantle, all the way down to the center of the planet. Make sure that earth energy is still coming up around them, up through each chakra, fountaining out the top of your head. And the cosmic is still coming down through your crown chakra, mixing with the earth and discharging down the grounding cords. I'm going to have you take 3 breaths to bring you all the way back in your body. Here we go. And again, breathing yourself right back in you. And 3. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, slowly open your eyes. And remember, you are the divine all of the time. Excellent. Do we lose anybody? All right. Feels like we lost some of my students in the broadcast. It's all right. They'll find their way back. All right. So, thank you very much. It was an honor and a privilege and a pleasure. And happy early Thanksgiving. I'm very blessed to having shared this evening with all of you. And I'm very blessed to introduce my students on the broadcast to Dennis and his wonderful Ascended Master meditations every Tuesday night. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you from the heart. And a hui hou until we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful meditation. And I was following it, and I could see everything that you were saying with my eyes closed. So, a beautiful thing, a holy thing, something that we can take with us for the rest of our lives. And I love the fact that we were using the heart center of every chakra. How amazing. God's synchronicities. How that happens. I want to thank you, everyone on the broadcast, and everyone here. We have a few snacks and some flyers you're welcome to take with you about the event that's going to be here December 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. There will be some major upgrades. The Masters only come when it is time for something new, something fresh from God. God is always expanding and transcending, and truth is always being revealed. Progressive revelation is part of what we can say is the nature of God, as God is expanding, not only in us, in everywhere. And when the angels see something new from God, they say, hallelujah, and they sing the most beautiful songs, because they never saw that new thing as God is releasing these new ideas, these new energies, to be there at the moment where God is moving. Adjust your antennas to the Holy Spirit. Find what God is doing. I welcome you to come, everyone on the broadcast. Come and experience a heart center event. I want to thank you one more time, and then we will blow out the candle and thank the Masters and the angels who were here. Please stand with us. O most holy presence of the Divine Mother, we send our love and gratitude in all your forms, Mother Earth, and all matter in time and space. Thank you so much for our brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for the perfected ones that have gone before. Thank you, blessed angels, who help us on this journey. Thank you, O living fire of God, as you are shining ever more brightly, ever more clearly, ever more beautifully. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, one and all. And happy Thanksgiving.